Miss Social Studies teacher, and today we're going to go over something that's extremely important in social studies, and that is research. Research is probably the most important skill you will learn in your social studies classroom, and not just because your teacher wants you to learn it, but because you'll be using this for the rest of your life. Now, I'm not just saying this because I'm a social studies teacher and I want you to learn this, but take my advice. You will use this skill when you move on to higher education, whether it's college or graduate school. I know. Some of you are probably already saying that you don't want to go to college or you don't see the purpose of higher education. So what's the point of learning the skill? Well, let's look at an example of a student who didn't think having researching skills was that important. Let's look at Billy. No, not Billy. He looks more like a Joshua. That's a good name. Joshua, like you, may have said that researching was not important because he had aspirations to become a YouTube superstar. Now, because Joshua didn't think researching was that important, he began making YouTube videos and taking content from other creators without permission or without giving them credit. Joshua continued doing this because he didn't have the researching skills, so he just thought it was okay. That was until one day he got a copyright strike and someone told him that he can't just take their work without giving them credit. Now, this was not the intention of Joshua, but because he didn't have the researching skills to know that you have to give credit when credit is due, he's going to have a copyright strike on his channel. Now, let's look at Joshua's story if he actually had the researching skills that you guys are going to learn about. Joshua is creating content for his YouTube channel, and again, he's using content that he did not specifically make. Let's say he's using a clip from a movie. Joshua uses his researching skills to contact the appropriate people to see if he can get credit to use the movie in his YouTube video. He gets an email reply saying which clips that he's able to use and how long he's able to use it for, avoiding the dreaded copyright strike. Now, if you want to be like Joshua, you're going to want to go into that scenario where you have those researching skills in order to know the right thing to do when using other people's work. So let's take a look at how to properly research for, let's say, your social studies paper. Step 1. You need to choose a topic that is good for research. Usually, when choosing a topic, your teacher is going to give you some type of parameters, which tells you what you can choose. Now, don't just go straight into choosing a topic. You really want to make sure this topic can be researched. Let's look at an example. In class, your teacher says you will research agriculture in the United States. Now, let's say you decide you wanted to do something related to apples. Now, I know apples is such a great research topic, but you're going to want to choose something that is specific and to the point. Researching just apples is way too broad. If we look at the topic of apples, we may want to look at things that relate to apples and choose to focus on one. So during your research, you would type apples and use this rule of thumb. You're going to look for people, places, and things that relate to the topic. Step 2. Once you have chosen your topic, you're going to want to create a question that can be answered in your research paper. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why is this important? The reason why you want to do this is to give you focus. So let's say you decided that you wanted to focus on apple pie. Now, you can go directly into your paper and just start typing about apple pie, but your paper really is not going to be focused. But let's say if you developed a question you're going to be able to answer throughout your essay, it's going to be more clear on what your research is about. You would create a question like, how did apple pie become a part of American culture? Step 3. Now that you have your topic and you have developed your research question, it is time for the fun part. And I personally think it's fun because I guess I'm a social studies teacher, and that is actually researching. You're going to want to look for sources that are going to help you answer your question, and you want those sources to either be primary or secondary resources. You're going to want to also choose sources that are from reputable places. So taking someone's Instagram post and then copying and pasting what they said isn't going to be an example of a great source. Step 4. You're going to want to take some notes on the different sources that you have collected. You're going to make notes on interesting facts, or you're just going to summarize your source. These notes will help you answer your question and provide analysis, so you can add that on to your body paragraphs when you begin writing your essay. Step 5. Once you have all of your sources, you're then going to go ahead and start your essay. You're going to use the basic outline of any essay. You'll have an introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. In the body paragraphs, this is where you're going to put all of the information gathered in step 4. You're going to cite the information, and you're going to create body paragraphs that answer your research question. Throughout your essay, please make sure that you're citing all sources and you're just not copying and pasting. Believe me, there's always that moment in research when you find a really great quote and you think, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. You copy and paste it into your essay, but you don't cite the source. This is what you don't want to do. Remember, you don't want to be like Joshua, who's just taking people's work and not giving them credit. You want to be that student who uses their skill when referencing sources. Step 6. Now this is going to be your last step, which is to proofread. You're going to read through to make sure that there are no grammatical errors. I know that sometimes grammar and proofreading can be difficult when you have been spending hours on a research paper and you can't just pick up any little thing. This is when you're going to want to go to one of your classmates or a caring adult to see if they can reread your essay. Now that you have learned all the steps in researching, do you see how easy it is? Now, the next time your teacher asks you to do any type of research or to write an essay, you have 6 easy steps so that you can get an A on your next essay. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.